And welcome back to the Advent series, and today is December 24th. Whenever I'm sick, I usually dream of mashed potatoes. I mean, it's not something consciously done, as it is unconscious. But when I'm sweating from a fever, drenching the bed and dreading having to wash the sheets, I see mounds of white, fluffy mashed potatoes steaming on a plate with gravy being poured on top. Yeah, that's all I can think of. I mean, is it delusional? Perhaps. I remember when I had COVID 2 years ago, I kept seeing that same image over and over again. I remember telling a coworker about this, and she mentioned how it's probably the body's way of craving salt because it's lost a lot. I mean, probably through all that sweating. I suppose we all dream of something when we're ill. I mean, that state the mind goes. I've heard that when we're sick, we go to something that is most comforting to us to help us get through the trial of physical distress. I mean, I suppose in my case, a plate of mashed potatoes and gravy is as comforting as it gets. I did always enjoy a bowl from KFC way back when. And let me just point this out, KFC was the only restaurant that ever made a decent gravy to go with his mashed potatoes. The South Park episode where Cartman desperately tries to get his hand on KFC gravy is spot on. And I challenge anyone to persuade me otherwise because I've tried others and I tried making my own, but they pale in comparison to what KFC made. I used to think that mashed potatoes and gravy always made a great meal in itself without anything else. Well, maybe some black pepper for spice, but you get what I mean. It's such a bizarre thing, really. This dish comes out of a box of white powder that you mix with water, butter, and milk that looks a little bit like plaster that you shove onto your plate while steaming. A foreigner looking at mashed potatoes could never get it because it's so foreign to their concept of food. I mean, we're used to things being boxed, packaged, canned, and freeze-dried. It's like we're living on another planet and we seldom think anything of it. To hear that this alien food is a source of comfort for a sick person would be laughable. But it's about conditioning, I guess, because if you've grown up on the stuff, it's the best thing ever. And however much revulsion it may get, you cannot be persuaded otherwise. I mean, I know I can't. And when you're feeling like crap and are confined to bed with the humidifier whizzing away, a plate sure comes in handy. I know you're supposed to have a bowl of soup, but I reckon a plate of mashed potatoes works just as well. Especially if warm gravy's in the mix. It's a remedy that our mind tells us. Well, it tells me that anyway.